at your best shot, but why has the game turned in favor of the Leafs?
Well, they're throwing pucks to the net and stuff, and if we got to start throwing the puck to the net and crashing and get in front of there, and instead of us chipping it out and stuff, we got to try to take control.
It's been very much a home ice series, and the Islanders have played very aggressively at the Nassau County Coliseum. Why have you been unable to play that way at the Air Canada Centre?
We're still trying to figure that out. Obviously, that was our game plan tonight, to try to come into here and play like we do at home, and hopefully in the third period we can do that.
Thank you, Darren.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There's Darren Van Impe of the Islanders. Stand by for after 40 minutes. Ron MacLean will talk to NHL Vice President Coley Campbell. 2 periods complete at the ACC, and the Leafs lead the Islanders 3-1.
Okay, everyone, get ready for a major shift. Check it out.
The new Civic SIR from Honda.
Imagine nature without any color. It's much better when you add all the shades of spring. Cedar, for example, or walnut, redwood, or even bluewood. Formulated for the Canadian climate by Canada's paint experts. The superior protection of windshield stain comes in more than 1,000 colors, only at Home Hardware. Add more color to your great outdoors. Home Hardware. Health is close to home.
Hey, wrestling's on at 9.
What's the matter?
Brutal Revenge 2, that's this weekend. Maximum horsepower. Oh.
You shouldn't have done it.
Femalien.
Rogers Digital Cable lets one person watch while the other surfs. Quietly. Call 1-866-MORE-TV1 and get Rogers Digital Cable on the TV you already own from Canada's most advanced digital network.
We tell you all the features of the new Infiniti G35. But hey, who has time to watch a 14-minute commercial? The new G35 from Infiniti. Now you're driving.
After 40 minutes on Hockey Night in Canada.
Back at the Air Canada Centre, where it's 3-1 Toronto after 2 periods. Pleased to be joined by the Senior VP and Director of Hockey Operations for the NHL, Colin Campbell. Commissioner Gary Bettman's going to join us on Saturday, on Labatt Saturday night, and Wayne Gretzky's here, so there's lots of expert opinion, Coley. But let's get into Shane Corson first. You're a coach, you're a former player. I know how tough it would be for you to suspend a guy for the 7th game of a first-round series. What was your criteria? What sort of precedent did you have? And tell us about maybe the process and how Shane tried to defend himself.
Well, I don't want to get in the process too much. That's a process between the league and the team and the player. But the criteria we use in discipline is we look at the particular act and we look at other acts. And I think we had one suspension, well, the league did in the early 80s, Semenko in a Calgary-Edmonton series, 1 game for kicking. And first of all, we had to determine if it was a kick. And it was determined by our staff and myself that he did kick him. And I can understand some of their logic why it wasn't a kick. And at the end of the day, we don't allow kicking in hockey. Now, Shane had been before us early in the series and had been fined $1,000 for an early incident. And it's a discipline, and we had a discussion. So I think these things do carry forward as a player who had a prior incident and a repeat offender. But the 2 words that we uttered often during this process, Ron, were 7th game. And we're hockey people, and seventh game is tough, and we know it. And it was a tough decision.
Although a lot of fans will argue, and I don't know where you go with this, because Gary Bettman, obviously coming into the game in 1993, he's trying to sell the game in the United States and all this. I mean, you have to listen to your fans, and everybody will say, how in the world could you think even of a seventh game when a guy kicks? I mean, everybody's sort of crying, let's call more suspensions, let's do something. Mike Bossy, I can remember in 1978 when the Leafs roughed up the Islanders, he was saying it was ridiculous that the suspensions weren't stiff enough. So who do you listen to?
We got to be careful. One thing we noticed doing our jobs, we look at so many things in super slow motion, and the game happens quickly. And we're watching everything in slow motion. And the players do these things quickly, and hitting is part of the game. And when they cross the line, it's so great for the players on the ice. And we get in here and we depict it. We show it backwards. We show all kinds of slow motion on this hit, and then we compare them. Like, for example, that stick in the net last night. How many times?
I agree with that, Clay, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're so
okay.
tight for time, which is so frustrating. But, you know, I guess my point is the old story. Why not 10 games? Why not 20 games? Why not bigger, stiffer suspensions? Because when you see a series where the two captains are out and on and on and on, I mean, it has been, again, a brutal series, and people will say that they can understand it in '78, but in 2002 it seems odd.
Well, it's something we'll reflect upon when the playoffs are over, but we all know how important the seventh game is. Why the first or second game in the series, or the fifth, sixth, or seventh game? It's they all have their own importance, and it's been something that has been discussed before. But you heard all the hockey people say seventh game. It's tough.
Right. And that's a fair comment. How about two referees? I mean, when you sit down with Wayne Gretzky and old buddy, and I mean, I'm really putting you on the spot there, but you know game management's out the window because two guys don't know what the other guy is feeling about when to back off, when to.
Well, we've only been doing this for 2 years, and it's difficult. I know you have two thoughts out on the ice, but I'll tell you the final 2 rounds, I've been at every game the last 3 years, and they do a good job when we want everything called.
Veterans, though, right?
Well, our guys now that are working that came in will be veterans eventually, just the same thing that way in the playoffs. I've heard Gilmore's name mentioned here a couple times, and he's a veteran.
Yeah, I know, but they got nowhere to train except at the NHL level, and that's a tough price to pay for a lot of money.
Well, they've been brought in now, and a couple of them are becoming veterans. You're going to see guys in the second and third rounds this year that were rookies a couple of years ago, so they're getting better.
And you'll hear about that, too, I'm sure.
Sure we will.
Paul Dvorsky, if I was to pick one guy to go to the Stanley Cup, it would be Paul Dvorsky. I love him. I think he's a fantastic referee, but for the league to send him back into the 6th game, you're a coach. And he's had the Gary Roberts stayed in the game on the major. It was a mistake. Both he and Kevin Pollak would probably readily admit, probably should have chucked him for the rest of the game for the hit from behind, right? Now you send him into the 6th game. You're standing by your man, but Pat Quinn is going to throw him off thinking, you know, this guy's going to bend over backwards for the Islanders. Peter Laviolette's going to say, oh, here we go. We get the guy again, you know.
I'd put Paul Dvorsky back in the game, and I'm not doing it because it's my job. To defend Paul
But don't you
Dvorsky.
think it's looking for trouble? You don't think it's
no, not at all. Not a guy like Paul Dvorsky. He's been through the fire.
Well, I never questioned his integrity. Right, he'll do a great job. I'm asking you as a coach.
When are you going to put him back in the game? No.
Just out of that series, let him go to something else. Let him go to Boston, Montreal.
Well,
but why put him right back into the 6th game?
We asked that question. You looked at Paul Dvorsky. We looked at the series. I like Paul Dvorsky, and I think he made a great call. And I think that was the right thing to do, is put him right back on the horse.
All right. Our thanks to the Senior VP, Director of Hockey Operations. And I love Paul Dvorsky. And I love his dad, Bill, who's up there watching and
You're
going
in trouble with Dvorsky now, aren't you?
Yes, and Greg. Take a break. Come right back in a moment.
It's big. It's bad. It's bold. It's the all-new Dodge Ram.
Now everyone will see our family crest.
What makes RE/MAX agents the best negotiators in real estate? They know all the signs. RE/MAX, a sure sign of the best negotiator.
Stop him at 5th Street. Maybe we can see the back.
The
911 Carrera. Drive one or admire one.
And who goes shopping? The refrigerator? And who operates the air conditioner when it gets hot? Anyone with a mobile? Because life's too short to waste time. LG, digitally yours.
What makes RE/MAX agents the best negotiators in real estate? They know all the signs. RE/MAX, a sure sign of the best negotiator.
This Day in Hockey, brought to you by Volkswagen.
What kind of people finish something but are never quite done with it? Isn't it done when it's finished? See, these people think up an idea, then they figure out a way to make it just a little better. Then more ideas come, and they keep making them better too. So they're never really finished. Maybe these people have some kind of weird DNA. They're smart. Smart but kooky. I wonder what they're gonna think of next.
On April 30th, 1987, Mike Bossy, number 22 for the New York Islanders and one of the purest goal scorers in hockey history, played his last game. Bossy's career ended because of a back injury during a series against the Philadelphia Flyers. He is the only player to score Stanley Cup winning goals 2 straight years, and in 1983 he scored the winning goal in each of his team's 4 victories in a series against Boston. Mike Bossy, a big reason the Islanders once won 4 straight Stanley Cups.
This Day in Hockey, brought to you by Volkswagen, celebrating our 50th year in Canada.
Well, it's not really a mystery anymore, is it? Why our prices are such a value. When you actually make your own suits and sport coats, before selling them in your store, you control not only the quality, cut, look, and feel, but also the price. After all, when people leave here, we want them to not only look good, but feel even better. Well made, well priced, well dressed. Moores.
My accent is amazing. My friends always want to drive it, but I tell them, get your own. You can easily afford one.
I love my Elantra. I love the room. I love the looks. And I love the price. What do you think? Do we like the price?
When I drive my new Sonata, I feel like $1,000,000. And it cost me nowhere near that.
It's time you discovered how easy it is to get into a new Hyundai.
In war, gentlemen, I intend to put you in harm's way.
You fight with honor, with courage, and with everything you have.
Archangel is down, and I am on the run. Evade and survive, and we will bring you home.
Behind Enemy Lines, it's heart-pounding action that pushes DVD to the limit.
I'm not gonna let that kid die out there. You will lose your command. So be it. Let's go get our boy back.
Behind Enemy Lines. DVD available at Future Shop.
I know. 7 o'clock. I won't be late. I'm gonna be so late.
Hurry! Toyota's Red Tag event is on now.
151 countries, one ride. Canadian Club.
Tomorrow night, round 2's underway. Evgeny Nabokov had 2 shutouts against Patrick Roy this year, but he'll have his hands full with Roy in the playoffs. San Jose, Colorado's a 10 o'clock Eastern start, 7 o'clock Pacific. Travis Green, part of a huge upset when the Islanders beat Pittsburgh in 7 games in '93. A huge goal for Toronto, and that's how they celebrated the scene at the Loose Moose. Third period action, Bob Cole, Harry Neal on Hockey Night in Canada next.
so great. Why is your screensaver a sunset? Accept it. You belong outside.
Future Shop brings you more of the moments you live for by carrying more high-end brands at guaranteed low prices. The ultimate home theater. It all begins at Future Shop. You'll like what the future has in store.
Okay, everyone, get ready for a major shift. Check it out.
The new Civic SIR from Honda.
Welcome back to the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. The third period is coming up now in the seventh game of this great series, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are leading the New York Islanders 3-1. Teams at full strength to start the third. Pressure now has to be on the Islanders. Puck in their own zone to start up. It'll be O'Coin. The center. Parrish can't handle that. Roberts shot the puck back in for Toronto. McCauley is in there speeding in. On Van Imp with a hit. And Roberts is back to center to pick it up again. Roberts watching the high one go to center ice. McCauley came back. And Carverley got the puck. Lifted away by Toronto. They're checking closely again to start the third. Toronto on the puck, in full control. McKay shoots it in, heads off. The Leafs are changing, and so are the Islanders. However, O'Coin couldn't get off on that shift. He gave it to Hammerlick, and now he does head off. Islanders get the puck in. Back there is Lume. Took two swings at it to move it out to the line. It's not clear, and now it'll be Magoni. Dancing away to center and down the wing, trying to cut inside and roll Hammerlick. He bumped Hammerlick. The puck rolled around the net. Scatcherd will pick it up. Got it as far as the line, and Kavasha lost it there. Reichel flips it back in deep, and the Leafs are changing quickly. 3-1 Toronto. Miller's long backhand pass easily picked off at the line. It's called on the offside.
Well, it's both these teams have scored 8 goals in this series in third periods. Pat Quinn's team has to worry about getting a little too far over the conservative line in defending a lead. And the Islanders have to be careful. We know they have to gamble to get back in, but if they can't, let the Leafs get the next goal on a play that's a low percentage decision, hoping to create an offensive chance.
Leafs win the draw. Clear it out to Roberts. Right side the pass. Hoagland. Roberts behind him takes the drop pass. Roberts tried to come out in front of the net. Went through his skates. And the Islanders can't pick it up cleanly. Hunter lost that chance. Roberts is in after it again. Takes a bump. Knocked down in the corner by O'Coin. And Yashin up at center. Moved it up over the Leaf blue line, but Toronto was back out. Carverley eluding one hit. O'Coin skate caught the puck, and McCabe waits. Onside, so he flips it in, and the Leafs are changing again. They haven't played 3 minutes. They have 4 changes done already. Down inside the line, it's cleared. The center to ball. He stopped there. Van Imp plays it along his own blue line. Webb moves it up. Got over the line. A quick shot. Joseph, big save. Left pad went out. That was a dandy stop by Curtis Joseph. Bring it back to center. Berg flipped it away. Knocked down at the blue line by Cairns. He's stopped by Green. And then Volk got it up. Domi missed it. They're offside at the New York blue line. Curtis Joseph coming out big again. Moving that left skate. In a flash, he made the stop.
Yes, it was a little more difficult save than it looked like. Shot right along the ice, and Joseph sticks that left leg out and makes a nice stop. He's well out of the net. He's been out of the net on the white ice a little more often tonight than he was in Game 6. And he has looked a lot more like the Curtis Joseph, who's been the best player in this team for a couple of years.
23rd save of the night, you saw right there. 10 seconds short of the 3-minute mark of period 3 in Game 7. 3-1 Toronto. Islanders perish. Up along the line, Van Imp with him. Broken up by Toronto. Cawley got it back. Hogan shot. He got that one away rather quickly. And Osgood was out, cutting the angle. And he made the stop on Jonas Höglund, but he fired that in a hurry and had some steam on it. Look at this.
Jonas Höglund, who has scored 3 goals in the last 2 games, nearly makes it another one. Osgood, who was hurt in the first period but stayed in, has played well. Might have had the 3rd goal on the green shot. Seems to be wincing a lot as if that injury to the leg is bothering him, but he's hung in there.
Face-off control by New York. This is Schultz. Pass high. Parrish couldn't stop that. That's got to be icing. They'll bring that back. With the Leafs leading the Islanders 3-1.
The Mazda Protege and Protege 5. What puts these siblings at the top of their class?
Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The award-winning Mazda Protege and Protege 5. Overachievers running the family.
Hey, mom.
Schultz leaves the puck in the corner, and McCauley hopped on it. But Yashin covered him and stole it. Yashin has the New York goal. Wants to set up another. Gives it to Bates. He stopped. Yashin. Bates again. Yashin a second time. That's Parrish from the corner. Leaves it for Bates. Turns back out. Yashin is looking for it now, and he has it. Yashin turning away. Gets it back, but it's picked off by Roberts. And Roberts clears it down the ice. The Leafs are changing. Parrish brings it up. He falls. Lume for Toronto to the far corner. Give away the line, and a shot doesn't get through. Bad pass from the corner. Tucker gets the puck and rolls it into the zone and comes up after it. Roman Hammerlick. Pass to center Scatcher. Right side. Chance for Miller. Short side high, and the Islanders are back in the game. It is 3-2.
Well, Miller has got 4 goals in the last 4 games, 6 total points, as he snapped a high one like he did in Game 6 by Joseph. It's a 2-on-2 rush. There should be no danger at all, and you can see that Lume gets Miller to shoot from outside the dot. Even though he's a left-handed shot coming down the right wing, Curtis Joseph's got to get that one.
Short side. Miller, hard shot, I know, but short side and room up top. And it got in. And the Islanders are right back in this game. It was looking not too good for them coming out into this 3rd period. And it didn't get any better after the first 3 minutes of the period. But now at 4:23, they get a goal by Kit Miller. And they're in better shape. Coverley backs up. You'll probably see the Islanders turn it up a notch now. Getting some life from that quick goal by Miller. Van Imp fires it back and gets it back. Through center. Stopped at the Leaf line. Again, Van Imp. In his own zone. Stick handles out with it. Down they come. Turkovsky is stopped. Coverley brings it out. Got a pass away to Roberts. He'll get the zone. Drops it back. Hogan flip off a stick and up high, but the net by that time is off, and Osgood is slow getting to his feet again.
Van Imp tripped Roberts as he dropped the puck on the drop pass and headed to the net. And for the second time, a collision between Osgood and Roberts takes place. Here's Roberts trying to go to the net. He's tripped by Van Imp. And then Osgood, who's worried about the puck. Let's have a look at this goal, a 2-on-2 rush. The Leaf defenseman Lume gets him out to the outside where he can't cut in. And Joseph gets down early, and it's over his left shoulder.
That came from Miller, his fourth of the playoff. Scatchard and Hammerlick assisted on the goal. Good wrist shot by Kip Miller. Only 7 goals in the season, as you see, and already 4 in the playoffs. That's playoff hockey performance. Yashin has the first goal, now Miller the second. It's 3-2. Toronto still leads. We are approaching the 6-minute mark of the third period. Joseph is out. And to move it in a hurry and get back in is the Islander forechecking again. Yashin knocked it down on the boards. They catch him. It's batted away by Domi down the ice. It reaches the icing line. That's an icing call against Toronto. Back she comes.
You have to wonder, this is the first time this season, let alone this series, I've seen Pat Quinn go with 3 lines. Bonikarovsky played 1 minute and 6 seconds. Healy 1 shift, 42 seconds. And McLean 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So you wonder if the 9 Leaf forwards, who all have played more than they usually do, may be getting a little weary, because this has been a tough physical series. Now the Islanders have played 3 lines for the most part, so we'll see whether they have a little more energy.
That's probably a reason why you're seeing so many quick shifts by the Maple Leafs in this third period. They're changing very fast. 30-second shifts, not much more. From the line, the corner, winds up, shot, it's deflected, and Joseph lost his stick again and had to really look for it, and when he found it, he got his mitt on that lightning fast.
And Scatchard took a little swing at him after Joseph, with his blocker glove, picked the puck up. And the Leafs were a little upset at it. Let's see the face-offs. Green has been the best face-off man in either team. This shot hits Scatchard in the rear end. Now watch this. Joseph covers it up with his blocker, and then Scatchard gives his hand a little slash, hoping to knock the puck loose. That drew the attention of the Toronto players.
Scatchard on the draw again, can't win it this time. Berg around the net. Ball played it in a hurry. He was hit. Shot back in deep by New York. Kavasha is roughed up back there by Belak. The puck comes loose for the Islanders, though. And they're pressing now. Down a goal, trying to tie it. At the line, Kavasha flipped a high one. Islanders on it. Kip Miller gets ready again to make the play, left it at the blue line. It's in behind the net. No centering pass coming, but Kavasha might do it. He gets it out. There's a backhander stop. He got it again and lost it. Miller once more. He's doing great work in there for New York. He and Kavasha. And that's a hand pass called, I think. And that stops the play as the Islanders are pressing now. Having come close, and they are close. 3-2.
Right now, inside specially marked cases of Labatt Double Blue, you get 12 Blue, 12 Blue Light, and one of 30 NHL Jersey Coldies. That's right, the Labatt Double Blue NHL Jersey Coldie. It's just like having an NHL jersey, but for your bottle. Simply insert your bottle into the neck end of the jersey. The Coldie itself is actually
Your
a
bottle?
brand of insulating foams. The result, ice-cold beer. Labatt Double Blue with the NHL Jersey Coldie inside. Must be legal drinking age, no purchase necessary.
Thinking about a truck? Well, General Motors sells more trucks and SUVs than any other manufacturer. And for a limited time, we're kicking it into high gear with a big deal on virtually every Chevy and GMC truck and SUV. So what is this big deal? We're throwing in your automatic transmission at no charge. Thousands of trucks and SUVs, all with no charge automatic. Only during the high gear truck and SUV event at your GM dealers.
How long will your car live?
That depends on the proper maintenance of your car's vital fluids. Engine oil, radiator, transmission, even washer fluid. You can depend on the fluid experts at Mr. Lube.
Any more coffee, Mr. Fluid Expert?
Get ready for hot weather driving with an oil change and fluid maintenance from the fluid experts at Mr. Lube. Mr. Lube, doing it right before your eyes.
I'll tell you, you're looking at a great warrior here for the Maple Leafs. Team depleted by injuries and suspensions and whatever, and now you see the cut. Look at that.
Kavasha backhands it off his ear, and the earlobes will need some stitches. He went in earlier for stitches in the lip.
He's had a very strong game for the Maple Leafs tonight. Many of the Leafs have had strong games. The reason they're ahead, but by only a goal. Here's another. Roberts. Centering pass. Man tied up in front of the goal was McCauley. He knocked it loose to keep it in for Roberts, but stolen again by Hunter. Out he comes. Played through center and in deep. Roberts was there to clear it back out and down the ice. They roll it back. Islanders trying to regroup. Yashin checked that center by Hogan. Van Imp fires a long one in, and Joseph caught that. Through center, it's chopped away to center ice, and Webb gets a pass in over the line. That goes to Trukowski in the corner. Played off the boards. The Leafs backing up again in their own zone. Islanders forechecking hard. 3-2, Toronto leading. Trukowski on the boards. LaPointe was with him. The Leafs do get it out across the line, but McGillney is knocked down by LaPointe. Come back with a shot on the short side. That missed, but not by much. Nearing 8 minutes of play in the third. That's McGillney. Ran out of steam going from the outside in. Then carried his man. Schultz in on the boards. McGillney fighting hard and coming up the puck. Twisting and turning. Still has it. The setup. And the shot by Green was deflected wide. Big work by McGillney here. In on the boards in the corner. That's Tucker. McGillney shoots. And that's wide on the short side. McGillney heads off. Dog tired. He gets a hand. It's a big shift by Alexander McGillney. Tucker was ripped. He's heading off.
I don't know what happened to him this time, but he's looking around for somebody. McGillney had 2 good chances on this play and missed the net on the best chance. Here's Tucker. He centers it out to McGillney. And McGillney gets this shot that's wide of the net. And then Tucker got the end of Osgood's goal stick in the face as he was coming out from behind the net. Chris Broderick is a busy boy tonight, as he is the trainer. Here's the McGillney chance. Tucker throws it out. McGillney lets the shot go. Pulled it a little bit, and watch the goal stick. Oh.
11:40 left in regulation time on the 7th game. Osgood out of the net again, stopping it. And it moves slowly. Now his pass to the left side. Shot down across the Leaf blue line. McCabe broke that up. He'll have to do it again. No, he won't. The Islanders are called in the offside, slowing that play. 11:16 remaining.
Well, maybe the best forward with a toss-up between he and Roberts. Alan McCauley has been terrific in this playoff. 20 minutes and 52 seconds in Game 5, has 6 points in these playoffs. Coming into tonight, that put him tied for first in the Leafs. 4 power play assists, that puts him second in the NHL in that department. And he has played his well-disciplined defensive game as well.
15:44. He played over the first 2 periods, 15 minutes, 44 seconds. He's had several shifts already in this third period. He's over 20 minutes again tonight in a Game 7.
And during the season, many nights, Bob, he never got to 10 minutes.
Berg gets center, rifle Rifles the puck in hard. Domi has it in the corner. There goes Falk again, all patched up and ready to go. Falk in after the puck. Gets the puck. Trying to roll it back out. In around the net. Centering pass. Chopped in wide. And the Islanders will bring it out. Pass down across center. Kamash's left wing pass. Too far for Bandit. Domi was up there. And the Leafs trail them going. Down is Falk. Winding up. The shot is deflected high on the glass. Kamash hit by Green in the boards in the corner. And around the net, the New York Islanders start back out. To the line. Miller again. Up for Scatcher. Down that far side is Kabasha. The low shot is blocked. And McGillney gets away from the hit. McGillney tossed it on the boards and got the puck up to center ice. We're coming up to the halfway mark of the third. It's a one-goal game here in Game 7. 3-2 Toronto. Center ice pass goes astray. Reichel knocked it on the glass and got it back in over the New York line. Point played it back to Hammerlake to a point. Dangerous pass that was, but he got away with it. A break for Tchaikovsky. Can't get the shot right away. Backhands it to Yashin around the net. Yashin backed it off the goalie, nearly put it in that way. Comes to Tchaikovsky. Great pressure right there by this line. Tchaikovsky. And Yashin there with him. And Trent Hunter, their rookie. And they're doing a job on the Maple Leafs. But now the Leafs shoot it down the ice. Just over 9 minutes left to play in regulation time. And a one-goal game in Game 7. And Roberts is fighting hard to get the puck back in. Ties his man up. He got the puck in. They're offside. The Stanley Cup playoffs on Hockey Night in Canada. Brought to you by Labatt Blue.
Ali, it's the must-have DVD with the knockout performance of the year.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Starring Will Smith.
What's my name?
A Michael Mann film. Get it on DVD and VHS April 30th.
In your time, you've seen big change. Had big heroes. And big ideas. You made a big noise. You loved big. You laughed big. You lived big moments. Are you going to settle for small now? The Chevrolet Impala. Big, where it really matters. Inside.
So before we close your mortgage, there's just a couple of additional costs that need to be added on.
Okay.
What? Did you run out of ribbon?
Actually, yes.
Don't be caught off guard. Ask about the Scotia Cut Your Closing Costs mortgage, only at Scotiabank.
Not everyone is meant to make a difference, but for me, the choice to live an ordinary life is no longer an option.
3 days. Hang on for the ultimate spin. Opens Friday.
Alexei Yashin has a nice, vivid offense imagination, and you're going to see him use it here. He tries to bank it off the back of Joseph from behind the net instead of going all the way around like it looked like he was going to do.
The crowd chanting "Go Leafs, go!" looking for another goal. They need some breathing room. Nobody has it right now, folks. 9:24 left in the third period of a 7th game, and it's only a one-goal game. The Leafs are leading 3-2, and Mike Milbury, of course, is in a sweat too.
Not anymore. Bigger sweat than the Leaf management as they're watching this lead slip away, and we're into a one-shot game. Milbury's team, the first time in the playoffs for 8 years, this close to going to the second round. So you live and die with every shot.
Yashin winning the face-off, but Roberts got to it. Stepped in front of him. Hogan knew he was being checked and rattled it off the boards and got it down the ice. Smart move by Hogan. Islanders tip it back up to the Leafs end. That's clear. All the way down, though, and that's going to be an icing call. 9:05 remaining in the third.
Honda started it. 30 years later, we're still #1 in Canada. We've made more than 4 million ATVs in all. Smart designs, beautifully built, tough as nails. Get in on the fun with the Honda #1 event, like this TRX 350 FE2 for just $149 a month. Plus, for a limited time, get up to an $800 bonus in added value on select models. Honda, #1 in Canada. Don't get stuck with anything less.
We are back and ready to go with a face-off in the lead zone. The New York Islanders working hard to tie it. Yashin taking a respite. He's on the bench. They line up to the left of Joseph. It is Scatchard who will try to win the draw. It is Green for the Maple Leafs. Ball talks to his centerman. Now they're ready. From the face-off, won by Green of Toronto. Around the other side, and Domi got the puck out of the zone. Back there quickly is Van Imp. Takes it around the net. Lots of time to move it. No leaf forechecker too close. Now he comes away. Volk made a swing at him. Missed him. Leafs get it. Left back in. Volk and Domi get it in. Domi stayed on. Volk went off along with Pilash as they change quickly again. A giveaway in there. Tucker's weak shot is off Van Imp's stick and over the glass.
Well, the Leafs are playing a very conservative defensive style here and not doing much in the way of forechecking or getting in very deep, but a giveaway gave Tucker a bit of a chance. Pierre Lacroix, the general manager of the Colorado Avalanche, is here. His team starts tomorrow, so he'll be going out of here back to Denver to see that one, I'm sure.
That's 10 o'clock Eastern time on the full CBC network on Hockey Night in Canada. Congratulations to the Montreal Canadiens, too. Michel Therrien, his coaching staff, the captain, Koivu, and all his mates. What a series they've had, and they'll move on. Up comes Hunter, dumped it on the net. Knocked into the corner, Yashin is after it in there. Yashin comes back, takes a shot, gets it back. Yashin is dangerous. Yashin scored the goal in the first period, giving them the lead. He's working to tie it now. Here's another play, and it's going to be a penalty called against the Maple Leafs. That's Yashin doing all the work. And it's a penalty called against the Maple Leafs defenseman Carberley. He goes for holding. Look out now.
What makes the Mazda B-Series truck a bestseller?
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
It looks great in white.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Green.
Yeah, zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Blue.
Yeah.
And several shades of brown.
Yeah, zoom.
The Mazda B-Series truck. Always in season.
Yeah.
It's tough trying to contain the Yashin.
But once you take one hand off your stick like Carberley did, and then you get both hands wrapped around, you've got to be careful if your man stumbles, because you're going to get called. And the Leafs have to put up with a strong Islander power play.
Islanders look to tie the game now. 7:50 left to play in the third. They have the puck in and they spread out to make it go. Hammerlick tossed it ahead. That wasn't a great play as McCabe was able to move in, but now around the net is Bates. Back out front it comes, and the shot knocked down in front. And it'll be cleared by the Maple Leafs to center. Green took a swing at it at center ice. They're changing, allowing the Islanders, Yashin to come in. And it's stopped by Joseph. He got a piece of that. Yashin walked in all alone as the Leafs were caught in a bad change. They got away with it. And it's rifled back into the zone. Lume over after it, dumps it to the line that stopped there. Hammerlick ripped it. Joseph made the save. And the Leafs dump it out to center, one-on-one. Hammerlick is back. Gary Balk is up. He has McCauley coming up with him. And now he turns to McCauley. It hit Hammerlick's skate. McCauley takes his shot. That's stopped on the short side by Osgood. Penalty time left. 55 seconds. They're in again. Centering pass. Leafs trying to cover. Yashin pucked off the puck. Hunter brought it back near the blue line. Long shot comes in there. Stop. But the Islanders are in on it. Turkovsky is stopped in on the boards. There comes Yashin again. Alexei Yashin backs around the net. Turkovsky, Yashin right there. Centering pass. But not cleared. Down the ice. the series right here. Power play, New York Islanders down a goal. 6:17 left to play in the third period. And a crowd chanting again. The Leafs hanging on here. Hanging on dearly. It's clearing down the ice again. 8 seconds left in the Carberlay penalty. He'll get time to come back on. He's standing up, ready to rip the gate open and jump on the ice. Here he comes. Penalty is over. The Islanders are coming in on the attack, but all Leafs are back for it now. Carberlay has it, and he wants to go with it. Carberlay gets a pass out to Roberts. He tossed it to center. Here's McCauley dumping it in over the line. And a shot is stopped by Osgood. Great play by Roberts and McCauley. It's opened up again. And it's shot back in around the net. Here comes Roberts. Roberts bumped by Aucoin. Aucoin goes sprawl to one side. Cleared off the board, stopped at the line. Long shot. Stopped by Osgood. That was deflected. Cleared up on the boards and down the ice. Action hectic now. This icing call. They all want the icing call. They all want a break. My goodness, this is something. 5:16 remaining.
It's okay. I promise to protect you from the monsters under your bed. Yeah. From dragons and spiders. Hey. Protect you from life's bumps and scrapes and from having your heart broken. Life's gonna be tough. I know.
Some promises are easier to keep than others. Toyota Sienna, the safest minivan ever tested by the IIHS.
So you have to be in a meeting, but you'd rather be whitewater rafting. Why not do both and make a little more free time?
Whatever you do to free your time, Blue Light salutes you. Blue Light, free your time.
Imagine nature without any color. It's much better when you add all the shades of spring. Cedar, for example, or walnut, redwood, or even bluewood. Formulated for the Canadian climate by Canada's paint experts. The superior protection of wood shield stain comes in more than 1,000 colors, only at Home Hardware. Add more color to your great outdoors. Home Hardware. Health is close to home.
They're having a tough time handling Yashin.
Here's Bilash has a chance to ice it, doesn't get it down. His teammates think it's all the way down. And look at the chance Yashin got on the turnover. If you on a change, you got to get it all the way down the ice.
Cauley trying to win the face-off, and he won't do that. Schultz dumped out over the line. Tension mounts in the building. 5:05 left in the third period. It's a one-goal game. Shot to center ice. Maple Leafs inside the line. Carberlay in the batted down his hand as it came up high on the glass. Islanders bring it in. Yashin is on there again. He'll play a lot now. And here comes McCauley. Dancing it over the line. Trying to get inside. He centered it all right. But Osgood got the stick down and backed out for the New York Islanders is Trent Hunter. He gets in there. He's got a great shot. Here he comes. Hunter! He's stopped by Joseph. And Joseph hangs on. Sprawled from post to post. And the puck stays out. 4:33 left in regulation. Hunter looking sharp coming in and looking to score again.
I wonder what Trent Hunter was doing all season in Bridgeport when you've watched him play in the playoffs. He danced by Carberlay. Right here as Carberlay makes a bad angle of pursuit. Then he pulls it by McCabe and gets this shot. And the rebound was stopped. And this guy played most of the year in the American Hockey League, led Bridgeport in scoring, and he gives you a little taste, perhaps, of what he's going to do in the Big Tent.
Boy, that's two big, classy moves by Trent Hunter. Young man, 21 years old from Red Deer, Alberta, getting his first taste of the NHL in a tough series that's come to 7 games. That's come to the third period. That's one goal apart with 4:24 left to play. The Leafs knock it up at center ice in bulk. playing that strong checking game tonight for the Maple Leafs. Send them back. Now, lead pass. Nearly got to Kip Miller again. Joseph will have to hang on there. He's checked. He can do that. But it comes loose. Along the boards, it's chopped in. The Leafs will get it out. It's batted on the boards over the line by Domi. 4 minutes left in regulation. Wow. Winner of this game will play Ottawa in the next round. Van Impe. Lead pass to center. Away goes Sean Bates. He dumps it in. He's a very fast skater. Comes in after it. Leafs play it up on the boards. Does it get out? It's Tucker who took a swing at it and missed it. Yashin set up. Bates. Yashin down. And it's knocked away from the net. Islanders are coming so close. It's kept in at the line. The Leafs are hanging on for dear life. Played up on the boards in the corner. Bates trying to move it out. Bates centers it. It'll be Tucker who'll clear it out. Down to center ice is Tucker. In behind the net, Osgood jumping out to stop it. Play back over the Leaf line. We have 3 minutes left in regulation. That is Roberts missing it. But the Leafs cover up and get it back to the Islanders line. Here's a break. It is Hoagland. He missed on the far side. That might have been it. It's shot to center. The Islanders get a break. Kip Miller. He's into the corner and Aki Berg is pounding him in on the boards. Cleared on the glass but not out. Van Impe. Pass. Hammerlick. No shot. He faked it. Got it back in the slot. No shot. Leafs are scrambling, covering up on the Islanders. Now they're all over him in there. But it comes out thanks to the checking of Roberts on Van Impe. 2:23 left. Hang on, folks. This is some kind of finish to the 7th game. 3-2. Toronto leads New York Islanders. And on is Carberlay. Here is Gary Volk. Volk looks. Dumps into the corner. They pile in after it. Van Impe goes the other way with it. Bates grabs it first for New York. Dumps it out to center. Toronto. Carberlay has it. Under 2 minutes left in regulation. It's in over the line. Volk comes in. Volk can't get the shot. It rolls at the side of the net, then behind the goal. Ripped on the glass down the ice. No icing. They waved that off. Shot down all the way over that icing line. But here comes McCabe. Up to the line. Dumps a high one in. Knocked down at the blue line. Kept in by Toronto. The check in. Fierce. 1:30 left. Osgood looks to the bench. Edging out. It is broken up at the Leaf line. Now it gets in. Aki Berg takes a look around. Didn't look too far. Just shot it away. Stopped by O'Coin. But the Leafs beat him to the puck in there and get it out. Here's a break. Right goal. Here's McGillney. And the shot is fired wide with McGillney going to the net. There's Tucker. Keeping the puck in. 1:09 left. Oh boy. They're all standing now. Davey, is this a finish? Or is it a finish? Tchaikovsky shot. That is stopped by Joseph. Centering pass is blocked. Here's Hammerlick shooting. That's stopped in front off the corner boards. It's McCauley looking for it. He gets it. McCauley can't get it out, but Roberts will. Dumps it over the line. Gary Roberts, and that is empty for McGillney. He scores! Alexander McGillney. Empty net goal. The place goes crazy. The Leafs are going to move on in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Well, McGillney was overdue. 2 goals tonight.
Is some kind of playoff hockey. The 7th game in a vicious series between the Islanders and the Maple Leafs. And it comes to this now. An empty net goal relieves all the pressure. And the Leafs are going to advance.
And this is the 3rd empty net goal the Leafs have scored in this series. So you know when they score empty net goals how close the game was. And McGillney makes a nice little move to step inside Van Impe. And that's the end of the series.
Oh, baby. Look at this. Blood, sweat, and tears. McGillney, the empty net goal, his second goal tonight. And this baby is done. 40 seconds left. What a series. What a series. Home team wins them all.
Doesn't happen very often. The old word of thumb is that you have to win a game at least on the opponent's ice if you want to win the series. That's not true in this Homer series.
Net remains empty. Puck is deflected over the glass into the crowd. Listen to the announcement for that latest goal.
Assist to number 7, Gary Roberts. And to number 18, Alan McCauley. Time of the goal, 19:20.
This man has done one terrific coaching job in this series. Pat Quinn, faced with injuries, suspensions, and whatnot. Leafs are hanging on here, though. 20 seconds, that's all they need. What an effort again tonight by this team of Toronto. Domi is going to clear it for the last time, I do believe. Shot it to center. Volk was there. Pounded back into Joseph. Makes another stop. It was offside anyway. And they're cheering their hearts out in Toronto with 3 seconds left. 4-2. Maple Leafs are leading.
Well, they've solved one problem. They've won this series. They get 1 day to prepare for Ottawa because they start here Thursday night in the second round. They'll enjoy the day.
Joseph has done it again. Coming up with 28 saves. Make that 31 saves. In a stalwart game. The game is over. The series is over. The Islanders have been eliminated. And the Toronto Maple Leafs will move on. 1/10 of a second remaining. They'll drop the puck. And the series is over.
I think they might put a little bit more up. It was a false face-off, I guess.
Well, that's exactly what they did.
5 seconds
Put
to
up
go.
4.9 to make it 5. All right. One more face-off, and, well, you know it's done now. And watch the celebrations. They say the toughest trophy to win in all of professional sports is the Stanley Cup. These are two guys who believe it, and everybody else will believe it. This has been one heck of a series. Tough in every aspect. Pressure coming into the 7th game. And won by Toronto. 4-2. An empty net goal made it 4-2. When the Islanders had several close chances to tie it when it was 3-2. Well, the Leafs checking came on, and they won the game. Here's Scott Oake.
All right, Bob, here's Alan McCauley. Made a major difference in this series. Alan, Game 7's always a coin toss. What was the difference in the end?
Well, getting back that first goal that we gave up. It was a power play one, and one that we didn't want to give up, but we did.
You prospered in this series in the absence of some of the Leaf stars. You think this might have been a turning point in your career?
I hope so. I mean, I felt great the way the regular season went, and the playoffs have been a bit of a blessing in disguise with some of the injuries. But hopefully we'll give those injured guys enough time to get back in our lineup and help us out.
Thank you, Alan. Congratulations.
Thanks, Scott.
Well, they're exchanging pleasantries. They haven't done that for 2 weeks.
Well, the New York Islanders have made some headway, though, and coming back as a decent franchise with 3 wins at home, 7-game series. They'll be better next year for it.
Again, here's Scott Oake.
Gary, you've been in the NHL long enough to have been involved in a lot of bitter and protracted series, and this was one of them. What's the sense of satisfaction in winning it?
Well, it was a great sense of satisfaction. All our guys pulled together, really played a disciplined game. We knew the team that was most disciplined tonight was going to win, and once again, Cujo came out with some big saves in the third to give us a chance to win the hockey game.
This series exacted a price, and I'm not sure the players who were hurt heading into it feel any better now. How are you set up for Ottawa?
Well, definitely we need to take a rest right now and enjoy tonight, but realize there's a lot of work left to be done. We got to get our health back. Hopefully we'll get some healthy bodies for the next series.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
All right, here's Curtis Joseph, winning goaltender. Curtis Joseph offering congratulations to Gary Roberts. Curtis, what was the difference in the end in this series?
Well, tonight we showed. Well, we had a great game, led by Gary Roberts. He was a great leader out there, and everybody had the extra effort tonight.
Were the Leafs in any way motivated by the possibility that if you hadn't won tonight, a lot of guys are free agents, sure one of them, this could have been it for the nucleus of this team?
Well, I don't believe that. We have a strong team and a good bunch of guys, and we showed it tonight.
Thank you, Curtis.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, here's Brian McCabe, former Islander captain, wearing the A for the Leafs right now. Brian, describe the moment.
It's a great feeling. You know, they battled really hard, and Cooch came through with some big saves for us tonight, and it's just great to move on to the next round.
Heading into this series, would you ever have thought it'd be 7 games?
Well, they're a hard-working team, and they show that. They pushed us to the brink here tonight, and we give them all the credit in the world.
What would you say about the discipline shown by the Leafs tonight and the Islanders too in Game 7, given how bitter and nasty this series had become?
Yeah, I think everyone really showed what the hockey's all about tonight. You know, putting it all behind us, just playing disciplined hockey, and it was a great game.
Thank you, Brian. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Bob.
Well, the Maple Leafs allow the Islanders to get the first goal of the game, come back with 4 of their own, and win it.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs on Hockey Night in Canada. Brought to you by Labatt Blue, official sponsor of the Stanley Cup Playoffs.